Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, today, we are going to go ahead and awaken and rainbow the free-to-play Beat unit. So, Beat, basically, I don't know, I guess you could say the main character of Dragon Ball Heroes, right? Has finally made his way into Dokkan. Now, of course, this is Beat from Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, you know, the Switch game specifically. And he does actually Dokkan Awaken into Great Saiyaman number 4. And he's actually not too bad. I actually think he's quite a decent unit for a free-to-play unit, right? Like, I think on both the Time Traveler and the Youth team, there's definitely a spot where you can run him, because here's the thing. Beat, or Great Saiyaman 4, he is a support type unit, and the thing about support type units is, like, you can always run them. Support, it's in pretty much most teams in most events, you're going to want like a top tier support type option or some sort of option that's going to help units with ki. That's always important. So I am going to rainbow this guy. You know, you never know when having a free-to-play rainbow unit for time travelers or youth could be, you know, good in some event coming up. I would say, you know, if you want to rainbow this guy, go for it. I think he is worth it. You know, he's going to be good for the Dokkan Fest Kid Goku team, and then again, also the Time Traveler team. So let me level him up, and we will hop into an event. Alright guys, so we're over here on the Time Traveler category team, which of course has gotten a lot of buffs. The Time Traveler team is sort of the unofficial Dragon Ball Heroes team, because a large number of the units are, of course, on here. There's, of course, a lot that aren't, right? But he is one that is on here. Alright, I'm going to have to float off Great Saiyaman 3 next turn. But, this unit is going to be pretty solid. He gets 50% attack and defense, not the greatest, but he does also give super class allies a buff, and then he also gives a youth category allies a buff. So, you know, he does buff a few different things. If a unit is super class and they're youth, all in all, they'll get 2 ki and 30% attack and defense. Alright, so there he's at 655,000. Now, what's really interesting, okay, I gave him more additionals and crits for this reason right here, but what's more interesting about him is he does actually stack his attack and defense infinitely. So, I wonder if he could potentially be a good... Oh, there we go. Yeah, my Mai has 20 dodge, so it worked out there. I wonder if it would, like, this unit would be good in the Legendary Goku event. I feel like he would be. Like, I have not tried to beat the event yet with the youth team slash, what's the other one? Dragon Ball Saga team, right? I might give it a go with this guy on there. Like it's so funny. Like, we've barely had any time pass since that Legendary Goku event came out, and, like, already a bunch of, like, teams that, like, I haven't beaten with that I think would struggle in the event, got some nice buffs from this update. The Time Traveler team and the Super Saiyan 3 team, man, both of them are going to have a much easier time taking down that Legendary Goku event now that some of these units are here in-game. Alright, wow, okay, Goku Black. But units that stack attack and defense, I think they're going to be very good moving forward, because there's a good chance we'll see more events like that Legendary Goku event. I don't think that's going to be like a one-time and done type deal. I'm going to keep Mai on rotation right there. Again, we are trying to get Great Saiyaman 3 and 4 linked up together because they do link up pretty good. You know, they have a number of things like Hero of Justice, I believe Infighter, Patrol, Shattering the Limit. Does Great Saiyaman 3 also have Courage? He doesn't, but they do have a number of links. I mean, a lot of it isn't really that big of a deal, because, like, you know, like, well, it's Patrol and Shattering the Limit are key links, but Hero is a defense link. That's not bad. Like, you know, Great Saiyaman 3 definitely needs defense. I may actually do a video on a rotation of Great Saiyaman 3 and 4. I think I might do that, because I like highlighting really, really good rotations now. That's like another, I guess, type of video I've been doing. I'm probably going to do one on Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku as well, because I feel... Oh, wait, every single time I say that, I feel like I say LR Gohan instead of Super Saiyan 3 Gohan. But if that's what I said, Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku are a strong, strong rotation. Okay, so here we go. Does he have... Yeah, okay, he has the same amount of links. Okay, so Dokkan Fest Kid Goku does have the ability to stun, So let me have Great Saiyaman 3 in this first spot. Now, Great Saiyaman 3 is super class, so he's getting the 2 key and 30% defense, which really is the big portion of what I want. But he's not getting the 30% attack because that's only for youth categories, right? But again, the defense is still super huge for Great Saiyaman 3. Now let's see how much damage he'll take after his defense goes down. Is it still? Yep, still double digits. So for Dokkan events, I think Great Saiyaman 3 is going to be like a borderline dominant unit. Like, look, that's a really good attack stat right there for a unit that also counters. Like, he's very good. And then I think Great Saiyaman 4, yeah, that's not bad. 80k? And then you got up over 1 million this time. Pretty good. And then he's only taking double-digit damage as well. I mean, in normal Dokkan events, this rotation is very strong. Like, these units will definitely be able to handle business. I'm actually pretty impressed. He only took 80k from Dokkan Fest Kid Goku right there. That's nothing. Again, that's minuscule. All right, okay, all right. I like it. I like what I'm seeing from these guys. You know, again, all these Heroes units are good. I still have to awaken and rainbow Ames or AHMS, you know, however you say his name. I'm gonna be interested to see how good he is. I mean, I mean, the artificial life form team is a category that needed to be buffed anyway, so I guess it's good that we got him, because Ames is pretty much the same type of unit as Great Saiyaman 4, right? They're basically kind of the same thing, except one is super class, one's extreme class. So that's going to be very useful. Okay, so we don't have Mai on rotation now. So let's see how Great Saiyaman 3 is going to do, because I believe Mai does give defense, right? She gives attack and defense. So, okay, still double digits, but now his defense down kicks in after this. So, okay, well, okay, now he's going to get supered. It'll be annoying if he gets stunned, because then, of course, all of his counters aren't going to work. He did not get stunned. Okay, wow, way more damage now. His attack set is down a bit, but he's still, yeah, them crits. Those crits, though, boy. An attack set just under 300,000 is very good when we consider how much damage these critical attacks can do. He cut up Goku, even though Goku was type advantage over Great Saiyaman 3, man. I really like that Great Saiyaman 3 unit. Both of them are pretty good. Oh, okay, how much damage will you take from this? This will be interesting. And you take 47k, that's nothing. That's that is absolutely nothing. I like it. I like it. I like it. They did a really good job. Again, he's free to play. Great Saiyaman 4, the main unit we're showcasing here, is a free to play unit. All right, I guess before we finish up, let's also head over to the youth team and see how good Great Saiyaman 4 is on the Dokkan Fest Kid Goku team. Alright guys, so we're over here on the youth team, the Dokkan Fest Kid Goku team, where Great Saiyaman number 4 is of course a pretty solid support type unit, especially on this team, because he's going to give every unit on this team 2 key, and then 30% attack and defense. So now, really, we have a number of good support options for this team, because there's also the Tech Gotenks, who I'm going to rainbow, who gives a buff to Fusion and Youth, right? So we got a million Youth category support type units who are really good, but we now need, like, upgraded, just powerful hard hitters for this team. Certainly some better Dokkan Fest exclusives of maybe, you know, some of the Kid Gohans or maybe Gotenks cards. Some of them have definitely got to be buffed a little bit. Like, I'm talking strong offensively and defensively, too, because, you know, like, Super Saiyan 3 Tech and Physical Gotenks, they hit so hard, but in a lot of circumstances, their defense is not as good as it could be. Alright, so this, unfortunately, is the rotation I wanted right here with Bra along with these two. So I probably might have to hop back into an event to get it, because we're probably going to finish the event off before like we get this rotation back. We'll see. So there he is, 650,000. You know, that is with him linked up with LRB Pan. He did also have Bra in rotation, so definitely it seems like the intention is to have the two of them linked up together. Great Saiyaman number 3 and 4. Have them work together. That certainly does seem to be what the deal is. Now, you know what's funny? So, the friend Dokkan Fist Kid Goku, I thought this was very bizarre. He's SA10 Dokkan Awakened, but he doesn't have a single orb in him. That's very weird. It's like, I like double, I did a double take. Like, what the, is that, did Dokkan finally add in like a copy of your leader? I mean, they could do that at the bare minimum. Every time we select a leader, that should happen. There should be like an auto, you know, really they should be 55% in the dupe system and max SA. But like, even if it was just them SA10 with 0% in the dupe system, I would be okay with that, because at the very least you could use these teams every single time, right? For a difficult event or something like that, it's not going to work very well. But like going through Dokkan events and, you know, story events, stuff like that, you could use your team every single time without fail, which would be really, really nice. Okay, so, oh, now we got LR Gohan around, huh? P-Pan finally gets her ability. Oh, good. So we'll continue to have Great Saiyaman 4 just building up his attack and defense. I mean, that is, you know, a really good part of his ability is he is going to constantly be building up and up and up with that attack and defense stacking that he does have. I do think that's a very powerful ability for units to have, even in, like, just normal events or something like this. Like, being able to power the unit up just by supering is very helpful. It's much better than, like, the old days where every unit pretty much, like, lowered defense and that was it, right? Like, we had such a large wave of units that lowered defense, and lowering defense has been, like, almost entirely pointless, like, pretty much the entire history of the game up until the Legendary Goku event, because there's only a few fights where the enemies actually have such high defense that it actually makes a difference, right? I know Kaioken Blue's Dokkan event used to be one. A lot of the Broly Dokkan events would be one. Well, it's just so funny. Broly Dokkan events, Broly has insane defense, but then, you know, you actually get the unit yourself, and he had such trash defense. That was always so bizarre. Such an odd choice by Dokkan to always have done that, right? To make a unit that, like, in those movies, he just completely tanks everything, right? Like in like both movies where Broly shows up, he basically is invincible until he gets one-shotted at the end. I mean, that's a lot of Dragon Ball movies in general, though, right? Like the Super Android 13 movie, again, he doesn't really get hurt till he gets one-shotted at the end. I mean, you could say that with the BoJack movie, doesn't get hurt till he gets one-shotted. You know, both Broly movies, that happens. You could definitely say that about the Janemba movie, right? I mean, Gogeta doesn't literally one-shot him, but, like, I mean, you know, the point still stands. I feel like that probably works with the Harudegarn movie. Okay, I will say this. False Super Saiyan Goku I do remember him putting up a good fight against Slug. So I don't think Slug got one shot. Like, you know, because again, like, Broly is literally invincible in those movies until the very end, when it's just like, okay, time to end the movie, he loses now. But, like, Slug, I remember there being a lot of back and forth. I mean, Dr. Willow basically doesn't fight. Garlic Jr. gets rocked, pretty much. Like, as soon as Garlic Jr. starts fighting, Goku and Piccolo, they do kind of put the hands to him, right? And then, I mean, wow, that first Garlic Jr. movie did have a different outcome, too, with the whole Dead Zone thing. They got to get that back in. They got to get that into Dokkan ASAP, by the way. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what attacks that our boy Great Saiyaman 4 can get up to here. I mean, he's had a couple of different stacks of his attack and defense. Definitely seems like the best way to probably use this guy is either as a floating support type unit here on the youth category team, or over on that time traveler team, maybe linking him up with Great Saiyaman 3 as much as possible, because that's one reason it's going to be so powerful is Great Saiyaman 3 himself is very, very strong, and he's going to do a lot of damage with counters. And Great Saiyaman 4 can cover up some of his defensive issues. So there he is, just a shade under 1 million, but again, we did get him over 1 million over on the Time Traveler team with Great Saiyaman 3. That is the power of that Hero of Justice link, that massive 25% attack link, too. Look at LRB Pan over 1 million, too. Man, LRB Pan's so good. Global is just about to get her, too. Maybe 3.5 weeks or so until Global will be able to get her. Maybe more like 4, because... remember, LRB Pan does not show up right away with the 4-year anniversary. Oh, no. Uh-oh. What happens with that is as soon as the anniversary starts, you can start doing the daily, like, kind of a story event. which allows you to get her medals, and you have to do it for 2 weeks before you can awaken LRB Pan. So you're able to get her about 2 weeks from the start of the 4-year anniversary, and then eventually that leads into the LR Super Baby 2 and Goku, Trunks, and Pan banners. But there we go. There was Great Saiyaman 4. Now let's go ahead and take a look at his details. Alright guys, so this of course is the newest very solid free-to-play unit. That's one thing Dokkan is continuing to do nowadays, is they are giving us free-to-play units that aren't just instant trash, right? Like, I rainbow like pretty much all of the free-to-play units that come out these days, even though I am like, the biggest whale in Dokkan, because the free-to-play units are good. You could use these guys alongside summonable units. So this is the Earth-Saving Hero, Great Saiyaman number 4. His leader skill is Super Class Ki 2 and HP attack and defense 40%. His super attack is the Kamehameha, which raises attack and defense and does supreme damage to the enemy. So he does stack that attack and defense throughout events, which is definitely one of the useful parts that he has. It's not like, he's not going to be like completely tanking like in like the Legendary Goku event, but like by the time you get to the super difficult portions of the fight, he might, he's probably going to take less damage than like an average banner unit. So that will be interesting. His passive skill, a new hero clad in red, he gets 50% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gives super class allies 2 ki and 30% defense. And then he gives youth category allies 30% attack. So, on a youth category team, which, I don't know that there's even any extreme class units on that. I don't think there is. Let me double check. Let me actually double check that, because I feel like there isn't any extreme class enemies on the youth category, or extreme class allies. Y'all know what I'm saying. No. Looks like they're all super class. Yep, going through. All of them are super class. Okay, that's what I figured. They're all super class. So, on the youth category team, everyone is going to be getting, 2 ki and 30% attack and defense, which is a very good, like, sort of buff. His links are Kamehameha, Courage, Hero, Hero of Justice, Infighter, Patrol, and Shattering the Limit. So his links are going to be bad unless you're using him with Great Saiyaman 3. That's it. Like, you have to do that, and then at that point, his links work really well with Great Saiyaman 3. His 12 ki multiplier is 130%. That's bad. That is bad, but again, he is a free-to-play unit, so it's not that rough. He still does stack that defense, though, so, that will continue to raise when he supers. And he is on 2 categories as of right now. First, of course, he is on the youth category right here, and then also on the time traveler team. I do think, again, he'll work fine on both teams, but if you're going to use him on the time traveler team, you might as well use him with Great Saiyaman number 3, right? So there we go. There is Great Saiyaman number 4. I do not regret rainbowing this free-to-play unit. He's pretty good. So, give him a look, farm him up, and I'll catch y'all next time.